We have a visual and putting your audio in, and we have audio. All right, take it away.
Audio. Hello and welcome to tonight, your best imaginary friends. We are playing D&D 5e tonight. This is our main campaign. We are currently transitioning from Lost Mine of Phandalin to Hot DQ, aka Horde of the Dragon Queen, but Hot DQ is more fun to say. We are all right. So we are down a player. Our gnome rogue, so I will not be throwing any dungeons in randomly, but just kidding. I would do that anyway and not plan. Okay, so where we are now, you guys had found the way of Echo Cave. You the session before last, you found a way to protect it by throwing up a halo spell, a hollow spell, something like that. I should look that up. And you return to the town. You spied on some monks who you thought were acting pretty tricky, but turned out to just be hiding your ride to take you down south of Faerun. I can't tell if you're frozen, Erica. Oh, no, you're not frozen, Erica. Okay.
Just sitting very still.
Yeah, I was like, you were also waiting for Halik's tribe to finally come join you. He was on this journey to find a safe haven for his tribe, and you were greeted with a very angry Kinga, the kind of tribe leader for Halik's crew. And like the town came and welcomed 40 new half-orcs as their residents. And you guys had a huge celebration, and there was a toast to the group for rescuing Phandalin. And clearing them of the red brands. So, where were we? A monk came up to you and said, if you're ready to go, please be ready in an hour and we can go. So that is where you are.
Okay.
All right.
I'll remind you that after he left, Thorilli said to not tell them anything about his connection to where we're going.
Okay.
And it's a loose hour, so you guys can do whatever you would like before you would like to leave.
Do we all have potions and stuff?
I have 0 potions.
I have 3 for some reason.
I think I might have a potion of healing or something. I do have 1 potion of healing, yes.
Okay.
I have most of them. When I bought them, you told me to hold most of them, so I have 5 for us.
Nice. That's good.
Okay.
And also a healer's kit. I'll remind the party. And I'll say, I'm going to make my way, say my farewells to my father as well as Quaileen and all the kids over there, if anyone would like to come.
I'll go with you because I'd like to say goodbye to the kids.
Also, I would like to update Kinga and catch her up on exactly what happened with the Forge of Spells and the Waybeco Cave, and ask her to lead my clan in guarding the Waybeco Cave, if that is in fact what we decided that we want to do.
We decided that, yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't just like something that I thought was cool in my head and never discussed.
All right.
Maybe don't tell your uncle, but everybody else seems okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell him it's full of cops.
Oh no.
Yeah, you guys go through the town, and though you haven't seen any of Halik's clan venture outside of the farm, as you pass, actually people are kind of going out of their way to say hello to you, which is kind of new. Each of the guards actually gives you like a nice little nod, and for once, like the town is actually paying attention to you. Most of the people went about their business. As you approach, you can kind of see like a big fire in the background of the Alderleaf farm, not like raging in fire, but probably with like meats and that sort of things being cooked. And it's a lively, quiet, but there's like talking from just the sheer number of people. And as you approach, you see the two Dendrar children that you rescued, and Quaylene's son playing with a mess of half orcs. And as you approach, Dandy kind of veers off and starts talking to one of the younger half orcs about, and suddenly you see him like practicing throwing knives at like a hay bale. He's like taking a little half orc as his progeny.
Oh.
Does he mention needing to drink beer every morning?
Of course. And you see
2 beers.
yeah, he mentions don't forget to drink 2 beers. He like gives a small barrel of ale to the child, to the half orc, and Kinga is standing, and she's just kind of like back straight, very proud. You see that she has these necklaces made of like various beast teeth, and for the first time, like after a good rest, you can see that she's like truly the powerhouse behind this tribe, and even more muscular than Halik.
It's true.
And she's kind of making her way very serious, and she grunts at you all, and then motions Halik to follow her. All right. And I will let anyone else speak first, what they would like to do before Halik.
Cool. So I'll approach Daddy. I'll approach Vesper.
Vesper is, I'd say, like in the back with the watching, making you watch as he's like helping them start breakfast. He stands up and puts his hand on your shoulder. He says, you did good work here. You've helped nature. These people commune with nature, and you've helped them along the way.
Thank you, Father. It's also good to see you engaging with other people more than, once every so often, but actually taking part in another community. It's good to see that side of you again.
He nods and says, I thank you, but I think I need some time alone. I won't be far, but if you come back to Phandalin, just send an animal my way and I will come find you.
Perfect. Thank you for all your help and for putting yourself out there so far, searching for both of our family.
He nods and says, there's still many questions left unturned, left unanswered, Zag, and we have a long way to find. Keep your ear open and keep your eyes sharp.
My eyes will be as sharp as a hawk's, Father.
He nods. I'll send an eagle your way every once in a while. I will miss you.
I'll miss you too, Father. And I'll do like the forearm grasp and then pull him into a hug.
He like tickles your head out.
Not the neck.
He gives you a really like long hug. I mean, even when you found him, he never embraced you quite like this, and he kind of ruffles the back of your hair and just as he steps back, you can kind of see that his eyes are welling up, and he just looks you in the eye, Zag, and says, you're finally grown, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And he takes his staff and returns to helping roast whatever animals around.
Cool. I'll just go entertain the kids with some cantrips while I wait for everybody else to finish up.
All right. Of course, the children, as soon as they see Rona come up, and they yell at you, and can I braid your hair? Your hair's so cool.
Sure. Let's have last night of fun before we head out. Oh, is this nighttime or is it morning?
It's like morning.
Morning?
It's pretty early morning. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sit down with the kids for a little bit and let them do weird stuff to my hair while we say goodbye.
Yeah. They ask you like how like dwarves braid their hair. You know, you could probably give them some tips like on some pretty sweet tricks you can do with braids.
End up with
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like you have 100 ponytails like all around you.
Pieces of grass stuck in for decoration.
It's a little bit muddy, but like as you're wrapping up, you actually get like cool braids with like the flower crown. You look like you're going to Coachella.
Very nice. Fancy. I scoop them up and give them big hugs before I head back to the group.
They wave and say, "Don't forget about us."
I will. I'll try to get you something fun.
I want a dagger.
Yeah, we'll see.
And my sister wants a cask of ale.
Right,
will they
right.
be-
We'll work on that. You guys stay out of trouble.
They like nod, but there's like a sly smile. All right, so hey, like you've told Kinga everything. Go ahead and what would you like to say to her?
I would just say, Kinga, you know, Phandalin is, at least for now, a safe haven for us. We've been welcomed by the town, but it doesn't end there. We do have a responsibility, and the way we're going to earn our keep, as we agreed with them, is as I've told you about the Forge of Spells and its massive power. It needs to be guarded, because I cannot bear to see that fall into the hands of an evil being. So maybe it's to make camp in and around the manor at the top of that hill there, and I point to it. But be careful; it is dangerous, and sooner than later, someone will come in search of that fortress spells, because it's something very big, and until we figure out what it is exactly that we're going to do with it, it needs to be protected. So I think that's our job now.
She grunts, nods. All right. Hey, look, I will guard your trinkets until you return.
It's important that you understand that they're not just trinkets. This was, as you know, at some point in history, the source of all magic in this area. This is a very, very serious undertaking, and it's not none of my personal belongings are there. It's about keeping this area safe, for keeping our new home safe from evil. Do you understand why it's important to me?
Sorry. Of course, Halek.
Okay.
If it's important to you, it's important to me.
Well, I appreciate that, and I will be back as soon as I can. And again, I'm so sorry that I have to leave right away.
She grunts, just... You must do what you've agreed. You're one of those beings that's tied to your word. And that means
I am.
something. We'll
Well.
protect it, and just I assume you would tell her of any sort of traps that are set.
Yeah. I earlier gave her the whole rundown of what happened and what the whole place is like and all that stuff, and to be extremely careful, obviously. But
And she nods and just is very quiet, still with that fury behind her eyes, slightly subsided, but just always there regardless. She puts her arm on Halek's shoulder and says, "Stay safe, and the tribe will wait for you here."
I will return home as soon as I can.
Your kids run up to you.
And I gesture to Phandalin as I say home, and I give her a little smile.
She nods.
I know she's not gonna smile back at me. It's fine.
She nods, kind of distrustful still, and and says, "I trust you enough, Halek. I've known you long enough to know that you won't put us in danger."
I rub my kids on the noggin. Give them a little, what is it called? Noogie. I'm giving Noogie.
They each give you, like, one gives you a bracelet, and the other gives you, like, a little leather, like, thing with marks in it that they've made for you. And they say, "Dad, this will keep you safe, we think."
I think it will. I this is exactly what I needed. And then I pretend to do some magic on it to make sure it keeps me safe.
And they just start wrestling together.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Okay, bye.
Well, I guess one of them's injured, so he's not wrestling, but he's, yeah. So they each give you big hugs and, like, bites on the knee, because I feel like that's how half working. All right. So Thoroughly never left the inn. He's
drinking.
Oh.
So are we all back? Did we head back afterwards, or?
Zach was going to go back to the inn to A, collect Thoroughly, and B, to say thank you to them for housing us.
I think I would have followed you because Halek was still talking to his family, and probably would have said my goodbyes to the orcs that we had met that night, that it was revelry. The ones I had spoken to.
I head back to the inn also.
All right.
And tell everybody about how the manor and what's called how Wayback Cave is now under the guardianship of my tribe.
Oh, well, that's one worry off our mind.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
For the moment.
When you get back, you notice Thoroughly's used to have like long hair tied back into a ponytail, but he's now shaved the sides of his head.
Nice.
Well, I like the new look.
Yeah, I rub his head. I'm like, that's new.
I rub the sides with my hands.
Zach will sort of smile and nod, and ask, have you said goodbye to your shrine and your sister yet?
I don't think that's necessary. We come and go.
He'll just sort of nod, and then he'll turn to all the wait staff and the inn staff and say, "Thank you all for housing us. We know the trouble we've caused in the short time we've been here."
We've also done a lot to help.
Well, yeah,
I'd wager to say that we've helped more than we've caused trouble.
I would agree
with
with
that
that
for
statement.
the entire town. However, the entire town does not have to house us.
That's true.
He nods. The Toblin nods, and the Stonehill Inn owner, and says, "Yeah, now about your bill, you each owe me a gold a night that you stayed here, which is about 15 gold each. And then we'll truly be square.
I remember some sort of deal happening at some point. Don't you guys?
I
I
thought
do
so too,
too.
but I thought
think
they
so,
gave us
too.
the night.
Your
I-
good friend Sildar paid
Right,
for
Sildar. He must have paid for us.
your
Yeah.
first night, and then that strange creature that ate raw meat paid for another night, and then there are the rest of the nights where we housed you all and gave you the best service.
And we appreciated that more than we can ever
That's fine.
Trying to do
gesture
math.
with.
It's not worth
And then-
nitpicking.
It's
Zag tosses
75.
15 gold on the
It's
table.
75 in total.
Yeah, no, he can take it out of party fund, Zach.
Oh, shoot, I forgot about that.
I pay.
He hands you 5 gold back. He says, "Thank you. You're welcome here anytime at the normal rate."
Thank you very much. And I don't know if I'm gonna have to retcon this, but I feel like I might have said this last session. Rona definitely would go to the tree of Dendrar early in the morning and pray before she left, but I don't want to take everybody through that now. I would have prayed.
You notice, like, when you are at the tree that there's now where it kind of was like a blast and just some like more like an air blast than like an explosion. There's like now like an abundance of flowers growing around the tree base.
Nice.
Oh.
Had we had time, I did want to go there and use a plant growth, but we didn't end up having time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that when we get back in celebration. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll make it back.
Flying through
Christine
the
doesn't
air
kill us.
with dragons in the air.
Oh, you know what? You might want to do the spell now. Just
What
get it
spell?
out of
Oh,
your system.
Yeah, full 8 hours. I think we should just sit.
Just do it now. We might
There's
not-
Neeson is in the lobby now, kind of like tapping his foot. He says, there's a very specific way we have to fly, and if we don't leave soon, we could be in for a world of trouble.
Oh, before we leave, Zag will buy probably like 3 days worth. He'll put 5 gold on the table and ask for like 24 strips of meat or of like dried meat.
At the inn?
At the wherever, yeah, at the end, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That you would have to get that from Barthen's.
Damn, really? They don't sell
Well,
food-
they just have
I guess
jerky
dried
there.
provisions. It doesn't even have to be
Yeah.
dried, I guess. This isn't
Should
like
be.
provisions. This is meat for the griffins.
Oh, yeah, you can get that from Barthen's, and it's just Barthen actually at the colorful NPCs haven't showed up today. They're asleep. Oh,
Yeah, it's the weekend. They sleep in on the weekend.
It's okay. We haven't seen Barthen in a little while. Probably
Since we
the
dropped
day
off.
we got here.
they're teenagers. They sleep in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barthen's just tending. He's reading like actually the Trash
same
Eating
novel.
Empire novel.
Yeah. yes.
But he has like more of a very confused look on his face. He looks like he like is reading and then rereading, and as soon as the bell on the door jingles, he looks up. Oh, whoa, you're still alive! Great to see you, Zag.
Barthen, it's a pleasure seeing you again. It is surprising that we're still alive, given some of the recent things we've seen. I'm actually looking just for some provisions for our travels, as well as specifically a good amount of dried meat.
Okay. He puts up like a sack of jerky, maybe like a gallon bag of jerky.
Perfect.
And yeah. Just give me 5 silver for that.
You're so generous. Thank you so much, Barthen. And give my regards to your employees.
I will. You know that Thistle has a thing for you, I think.
I may have noticed something odd about her behavior when I'm around.
She's young and she reads this trash, so don't be too worried about her. She's like the wind.
I'm sure it's the ears. And I'll say thank you and I'll head out.
I want to
As
see.
we're heading out, I'm like, be worried.
Does he have any like dried fish skins?
You're not really in a fish area.
Right. Okay. Well, I just want something to give to Banchan.
Well, he gives
But-
you some. He could give you some dried
Okay.
meat.
Some more jerky. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll just. It doesn't matter. I'll pay for more. Double
As
it,
we
triple
know.
it, even.
As we
I
know
just
with
want-
Rosie.
Yeah. I just
They
want to
love
have
jerky.
a pouch that lives on that I can like strap to Banchan.
Oh, okay. So he
Ooh, that's a good idea. Can I have
Harness. Yeah.
is there like some sort of like thing that I could make into a like a backpack for Banchan?
he hands you two like cloth sacks.
Yeah.
And he kind of like looks around and finds like an old harness, and he helps you like strap it. You'll have to like change it around later, but
I'll
it's
fine
good
tune
enough.
it later, but yeah,
Yeah.
I can strap it to the pup and throw some stuff in there.
As
Mhm.
he's doing this, I like with the second meat over my shoulder, also would be like, I'll like think real hard for a second, and be like, wait a second, how is Banchan going to fly?
I mean, he can sit on my lap, I
Okay,
think,
alright,
right?
cool. Just want to make sure. Alright.
All right. What are you?
We'll
guys
have to roll an
doing?
animal handling check, I guess.
At 300 feet in the air, I'm sure that'll go
Yeah.
well.
You need the poke necklace.
I know. What would you guys like to do? Head out?
Yes.
I'm all set. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Sorry.
go.
I feel like our guide is getting a little impatient with the shopping.
All you hear is just.
I'm
I know,
getting
like-
antsy too.
As you're going shopping, he's fine with it. He just want to make sure, you know.
For a monk,
didn't-
any sign of movement is annoyance.
Yeah.
Nathan, can we get you anything from the store? Forgot to ask, but if there's anything you need, let me know.
You
shrugs,
want some
he
more of
says-
that cabbage soup or whatever it was?
It was delicious. It's only a 2 days journey, cut down from 30 days.
Oh wow, that is.
Oh, sick.
Uh,
I guess I mean.
I guess 3. There will be 2 nights that we sleep on the road in the woods. But you'll find that we have our ways of getting around. Shall we?
Sure.
Yes.
We
Let's
shall.
do it.
All right. As you're passing, one last thing, as you're passing by the Lion Shield Coster, Lenine runs out, seeing that you guys all have your stuff, and says, "Wait!
Hey, Lenine, what's up?
I noticed that you have a new animal friend, Halek."
Yeah, I do. This is Banchan again.
Okay.
He's not very creative on names.
All right. Now this might not fit great. But it was real. I found some scrap metal. And she presents you with some basic armor for Banchan.
Oh, no shit. This is
It has like,
awesome.
a little helmet.
He is decked the fuck out now. He's got armor. He's got a little saddlebags. This is great.
I imagine him like with
I'm-
a leather football helmet, like the old football
Oh
helmet.
my god. That is adorable.
And it's got a little armor. It's like specifically to cover his chest, you know, like a bag.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
she gives him
I-
a little scratch.
I suppose I should also give you this back, this maul that you lent to me.
Oh
Very
yeah, her
gratefully.
family heirloom.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about you. It's been a hectic couple of days. So we did kill that dragon. I'm sure you heard. You knew. We talked to you. We've talked to you since. But here's your maul back, and it was extremely helpful.
This is pretty fucking cool. She gives it a big kiss, and then like a little like kind of clears off any debris on it. And well, your family should know that if they need anything, anything I'm not taking down to wherever me and Eater Math are going, they will go to your family to help protect the town.
Oh, that's very much appreciated. They're gonna need it.
And your wife is super fucking scary, Halek.
Yeah. She's a rough one. I'd say she's sweet on the inside, but that's not true either. She's pretty much cold to the bone, but I love her.
That's
I don't
nice.
know how she feels about me, but
She just kind of looks at Lenny and is just like, okay, that's a lot of information, Halek, but it was great to fucking know you guys, and I hope our paths cross soon again.
likewise.
I'll see you guys, and see you later.
Bye, Lenine.
I go like this for a hug with my
Aww.
arms.
Oh.
I don't know how she responds.
She looks around for Kinga and then gives you a hug. And then she gives each of you, she insists that each of you get a hug from her. And I like your hair, Rona.
Oh, thank you. And I give her a big bear hug. You take care of yourself now.
I don't know how to go without doing that. All right. Yeah. So, Neeson just kind of, like, his eyebrow kind of raises and says, "You guys have made quite the impression on this town."
Yes, impression on the town. I don't particularly want to talk to Halia, but Dandy, did you want to say goodbye to her? Or
He just
anything?
says, "Nope."
Excellent. Let us go.
Yeah. All right. So you like walk outside of town. Neeson begins to give you the rundown on these hippogriffs. He says, "These are our nicest ones, but even the nicest ones are a little bit wary of strangers. We're gonna go deep into the forest, and then I'm going to drop the disguise, and we will take off from there. They're pretty easy to ride. Bonchan can ride with Halek. Kind of. Now about the skies, as you know, there's some dragon activity, but we have ways around that. But there are other things we need to be on the lookout for, such as cyclones, cloud giant mansions, which are rare, but we have run into one of those before, and air elementals. So those are our big worries. And you notice as you're walking, I'm going to say that they give you this rundown as they're walking. They each hand you a rope that's tied kind of to the nose of the horse / hippogriff. As you're walking, you get deep into you've been walking about 45 minutes. There's no one around. They drop the disguise and you see these like magnificent animals that all give you the side eye, but the monks come over and touch each of them on the nose, and they warm up to you each. Zagiers is like really going after your pocket.
Yeah. I also would love to. I'll be handing like at least a strip to each of the party members, including a Bonchan to get. I give 2 to Bonchan, 1 for him to eat, and 1 for him to give to a hippogriff that he's riding.
Oh.
He definitely eats both of them. I'm sorry.
Yeah. One of the monks laughs and just says, this is like a halfling, and says, "Do you mind if the wolf rides with me? I'll keep him safe."
That's fine, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Bonchan, he gives Banchan a bunch of meat, and then the hippogriff a bunch of meat, and they jump on. And the monk thinks, is there anything else? No. You look as Nisam takes from his pouch like this stone, like almost like an orb, and says, if a dragon comes within 1,000 feet, this will start glowing.
That's
helpful.
handy.
That's
He
very handy.
gives you a little wink. Leosin loves dragons. And you guys are taken to the sky. You're headed south, and as you jump, as these animals take off, you begin to see Phandalin getting smaller and smaller. Not like hugely small, but smaller and smaller. And for a moment, it's buildings, and then trees, and you can't see what you've called home for the last couple weeks. And it's blue sky, and you pass over. We'll take you to this map.
A new map?
Ooh. Are you tired of looking at Phandalin yet?
A little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Never.
I can probably see my old house from near here.
So you were in yeah, I mean, you're not like super high in the sky. So but you can kind of see like the towns below. You're high enough to where like you probably don't look like much, like just passing hippogriffs. And why can't I move you? Oh well. And soon you're over like this murky area that looks like swamplands, and then this is the crazy part.
Ah!
Yeah. The yellow part is where you've been these past 15 sessions.
Oh my goodness, we are widening our scope.
And you guys are headed all the way down here.
What?
Ooh.
Down
Hence-
where?
Oh, I have
All
a
of-
question.
Can you ping that for me?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh.
the place Colleen said to speak with somebody she knew? Was it in Neverwinter?
I think it's in Daggersford.
Okay, Daggersford.
Or Daggerford. So go to the very south of the map.
Yeah, I see it now. Grenist.
Yeah. Greenest.
Okay.
There's a reason it might have taken Thrilly 50 years to get up there.
Yeah, for real. You took
Where's
a
the
walk.
scale?
Huh?
Like how many miles is that?
So I believe it's like
78 feet.
yeah, it's only 78. It's like shit. I have
It's
it written
freaking
down.
huge.
I think it's like 500 miles or something. It is.
Holy
really
Christ.
500?
Yeah.
That's like to Maine and back. With the
Yeah,
northern Maine
so-
and back.
Not to give away too much, but that is why you guys got a cool cavalry.
Yeah, but
Wait, you didn't
Thank
want
you
to
very much.
have us RP every single mile?
I mean, if you would like to.
No, I mean
Well, we'd
I-
better be mindful of our hippogriffs and make sure nothing happens to them.
Yeah,
that's
for real.
for sure. Because
Oh my
we'll be
gosh.
almost literally up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Yep.
No thanks.
Yeah, so
Based on the map I've got, it's 200 miles, like, as the crow flies, from Phandalin to Waterdeep.
yeah. Yeah,
You said
so
200.
it's
So we're probably
That's-
talking, we're talking
750,
probably,
I think.
yeah, 750 to 1,000?
I think it's like I have it written down, but I think it's like about 700 or 800. Yeah. And you're taking like a pretty direct route. You see some like, and you see just like the landscape change before you. You're all like bundled up. You notice how kind of cold it is. And the first day goes without much of a much happening. You do see at one point like the orbs start to glow, and
Yeah.
and the yeah, and and the monks like kind of do the thing, and then the other hippogriffs just kind of follow, so that they're down low as a like chromatic dragon flies over you, and they all like all the monks. You can kind of tell when they're lying, kind of not. But they've only lied really about one thing. But you see, like their countenance actually look like fear, to each other. Yeah.
After this first scare, I'd like to approach them and be like,
you're still flying.
Yeah, for sure. Hey! Hey! I can cast spells that make us harder. No, I can cast spells that make us harder to detect if that light glows up. So just notify me when it does. I can either make a fog cloud for us. That'll probably draw attention. But I can cast some stealth magic. It's useful in the forests. I don't know how well it's going to work in the sky, but...
They nod, but one of them quickly shows you that they can also cast spells. Quickly moves his hand,
That's what I thought, yeah.
and like water comes out in like a cube, and then it's like...
Zach definitely wouldn't know. So he's like really impressed at this. Like, oh, wow.
But Neeson says, "Thank you for the offer. We will let you know if we do need it." And yeah, so you camp probably in the woods of like the high forest, maybe further down. And they set up the camp. They feed the Chris. You watch as like a couple of the monks go out in the forest and return with like a large wild boar, start preparing it for dinner. Some of them are meditating. And yeah, would you guys like to do anything?
I just want to make sure I take part in feeding the hippogriffs.
Yeah, I want to be there for that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe we all want to bond with the hippogriffs a little bit.
You watch as they're like, they each, like they've caught some rabbits too, and they each hand you a rabbit that you can throw to your hippogriff. Not too many, just one or two. Neeson says, maybe 3, like 2 or 3. They don't eat much. They're pretty happy.
I pet mine.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh no!
You roll a 1, you lose a finger.
Oh man, that would really suck. Did I get advantage because I'm Oath of the Ancients? Oh, no. I rolled 1 higher than a 1.
So you go to throw your rabbit and give him a pet, and that one knocks it out of the air with his beak and gives you a mean look. And Neeson says, "I'm sorry, Rona, I forgot to tell you. This one's a vegetarian."
That's great.
Oh no.
Oh, my heart.
Can I offer him a flower that they wove into my hair?
Yeah, he kind of comes up to you and starts eating the flowers out of your hair. Like,
and I pet him gently. Oh, I'm sorry, fella.
It's okay.
It talks? That's crazy.
You can talk.
Yeah, there are 8 monks. 4 of them are meditating. One of them is singing the song of Leosin. They tell you that they are the order. They call themselves the Order of the Winged Beast.
That's so cool.
And
really
is. And they ask you to tell, like, they look at the Rilly and say, "Tell us about Greenest."
Not much to know. It's a town.
They nod. They can take a hint. And ask, like, and just make light conversation with the rest of you. Try to find out a little bit about each of you.
Oh, well, I'm just from a small town up north. There's not really much to tell, except for I really lucked out finding this crew. We've been on quite a few adventures so far, and we've definitely come out the better for it. I think we'd all agree, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're stronger now, and I feel like we're ready for this challenge.
Danny probably says something like, "I died."
Well, you got
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. You died a little.
You died a little bit. You came back.
I would like to like not necessarily leave the party exactly, but like in the surrounding like woods. I would, because I've never been here before. I want to just like explore a little bit and see if I see any new like flora or fauna that I'm not familiar with, and get a sense of where we are, you know.
Oh yeah. So it's like a moor, so it's like a hillside with a lot of
Oh, I thought we were in the high forest.
oh, I'm sorry. You're probably like halfway between there and the
Okay,
high
cool.
forest.
Cool.
You see some like trees, but you are like just outside enough of it to not really like get into danger. These
Yeah.
monks like really knew what they were doing. You see like some new, like the trees are like where you come from. It's generally like tall pine trees with like no branches low. These are like thick, like ponderosas or something, like where they're
Yeah.
like look like not ponderosas. They look like Christmas trees almost, like
Yeah.
big and fat and wide, and it's kind of cool. There's like a lot more little wildlife running around. As you're looking around, it's definitely a like much more populated, less ravaged forest.
Okay, cool. And do I see any like city, like the light of any cities or anything if I like climb up a tree?
You see like the Loudwater, you see like some villages, like
Mhm.
Loudwater and Succumber, but like the monks would probably point out Waterdeep, like that is over
Right.
there, that is like a large city, maybe even Daggerford, but they don't really do
Okay.
like yeah, you don't really see anything from where you're standing.
Cool.
I had to think about like if you're standing flat, not like on a map or in the
Yeah.
sky.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to get a little acquaint myself with my surroundings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zach will share a little bit with the monks, but just like I grew up in the in and around Neverwinter woods, that is, and the mountains surrounding it, basically the wilderness around Neverwinter, and that's basically where I grew up my entire life. That's really it.
All right.
You may have seen my father, and that's really it. Much it.
We did not. That's what they say.
I take it you didn't do much exploring of Phandalin then.
We keep to ourselves.
And I'll just nod in understanding.
I want to ask them like, so have you traveled all over the Sword Coast, or for even further? Maybe you managed to find a really great spot here for us to make camp. You guys must be very well acquainted with the landscape.
Mostly along the Sword Coast. We've made a couple visits to Am, but right now it seems the most activity we're interested in is in this part of Faerun.
Interesting. And where are you guys from again?
All over. We each found our own way to Leosin, and we've never looked back.
So you sort of just travel all around with Leosin. You don't there's not a place that you call home.
Our home is everywhere. It's
Okay.
all and within ourselves.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, they're cool people. I don't know. don't know what monks do.
Well, I'm gonna drink from my handy dandy keg, my brewmaster's kit, and offer to my friends, see if they want some, because this party seems like it's
Really
pretty
will
lonely.
gladly take some.
They all abstain. No surprise there. And the meal
Or
that
for
they
me.
make is extremely simple. It's like no like spices or anything. And they're all like eating and like this is really good. So you can tell that like none of them have really been eating meat lately. And you watch as like they go make say like a little bit of a prayer to the forest, like thanking it for the food that they've eaten, and then they kind of like keep to themselves. And yeah.
I want to lean over towards Rona. I'm relatively religious, but even I think they're crazy.
I'm just getting into this whole thing, so your whole lot seem crazy to me. But I think
Seems a bit much.
you're right. I think you're right. They seem a little fanatical, if I dare say it.
Teetotalers.
Can't stand them. So are they in their own encampment, or are we kind of like mixed in? Our stuff is.
It's up to you. I mean, like they've tied up the hippogriffs and disguised them as horses. And they're like, there's a fire if you guys want to go around it, but they're pretty much keeping to themselves. They're not like after the little niceties. They all kind of fucked off. Kept
All right.
to keep to themselves.
Is it like early, or is it kind of late-ish, and we're?
I mean, it could be probably like 8 or 9. It's pretty early.
There's nothing really around here. We're kind of like in the middle of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this has been a real exciting evening. I think I'm gonna head to sleep. And Rona's gonna take another swig from her cask and then leave it with Aurelie and pass out on her bed. Or on the ground. I don't know if they have sleeping rules.
You just pass out wherever.
Whatever.
Yeah, Zaggle will fraternize with the monks for a while, because especially the one who taught him to meditate, and then he'll head to bed as well. Casting Goodberry before bed, as every night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Me and Bonshine go to bed. Going sleepy.
Solid.
Yeah, it's early. I'll go to sleep too.
All right. They like the monks volunteer to keep watch. I forgot about that. And nothing like first half of the night goes pretty well. They're really as soon as you like find sleep, a little bit of hard, and then this dream comes to you. It's very oddly simple, like someone is trying to tell you something. It's just a coin, and at first it looks at you, the face of a woman, just like on a coin, and then it flips in the air, tumbling over itself, the gold sparking, and it lands opposite side up, like tails up. And that is all that your dream is.
What does the tail side look like?
It is just like a normal gold coin, but there's antlers on it.
Kiki.
Okay.
And it's just like of the gold itself, not anything else. All right. All right, so the rest of the night passes. Some of you may have slept better than others. The amongst Nisam walks by and like gently wakes each of you, and says, "We have to hit the road soon. If you don't mind eating quickly, we should get up and get going."
I would have been up early practicing with my javelin, but I'll
cool.
Are we all up, or are some of us in need of waking? The drunker of us.
I'm definitely awake.
All right.
I'd be awake as well.
You'd be awake.
Zach probably
Okay.
has no trouble waking up either.
All right. Yeah,
Sounds
and they
good.
are up
Yeah.
early. These monks. Yeah.
Ask
So-
crack of dawn.
Oh yeah, and you know they see you like playing with your javelin, and one of the monks comes over and like teaches you the like proper stance, and is like to get really the farthest. And he like says, "May I touch your wrist?"
Of course.
And she very weird. And he like straightens it and says like, "Now with your full force." You find yourself gaining a little bit more proficiency in them from it. Yeah. And we'll look at that later.
Thanks, friend, for the tip.
These monks are like super helpful.
They are super helpful. I'm just a little suspicious of them.
Okay.
Actually, a quick question I just thought of. For Zag, would you eventually allow Magic Stone to apply to thrown weapons?
I
Like,
don't
for
know.
example, if we were to fight, you don't have to decide this now, but just to put it in your head, if we were to fight something that was resistant to non-magical damage, and I were to cast it, touching them obviously on, say, Rona's javelins, for example. Just a thought. I just popped in my head right now. So.
Or maybe like stone arrowheads.
Something, yeah, that would be cool as heck.
Ooh.
Yeah, that actually is way better.
Maybe. Yeah.
But yeah, don't
maybe,
decide that now.
Yeah. Yeah. In a couple levels, probably.
Not quite yet.
Yeah.
So
As you get better with it.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable.
Hey, look.
so Nisa, is it Nisam?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Nisam, are we in? Have you come across any dragons where we are right now?
Like, what do you mean?
You know, we're traveling. I know that you guys have mentioned that there's dragons all over. Have you come across any in this area?
Not recently,
Okay.
but there's been quite the activity,
Mm-hmm.
and they seem to be up to something.
Interesting. I pull out one of like the dragon scales that we ripped from the one dragon that we killed, and I sort of like look around, like kind of as we're mounting up, just like to sort of acquaint myself with it and be extra aware of it, even though we have that thing that lights up our little dragon GPS. We have that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Locate object, like, is that just for inanimate objects, or can you also use that for living things?
I believe it's only for inanimate.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use it for dragons, I don't think.
Okay.
All right. So so you take to the air again. You're going down south. The air is starting to warm a little bit, though it is still cold. You're beginning to see just like the different, like the expanse of Faerun is almost like overwhelming, because you've never, like, this is probably most of your first time ever being in the air and seeing all this below you. And they're not going exceptionally fast, but they're going faster than walking, certainly. Much faster. I don't know. You're catching the cool tailwinds, the jet streams. As you're going, you start to see before you where once was open sky, just clouds kind of circling, and one of the hippogriffs starts to kind of make a noise like like fear, and almost stops mid-flight for one of the monks. And as you look closer, everyone make a perception check.
Second roll of the night.
And we'll say Dandy probably is with you, but he's so excited he passed out. He's so excited to ride these hippogriffs.
25.
All right.
19.
They really rolled a 16. Ooh!
What is with my dice? 2 2s in a row? What the hell?
No.
That's
That's
Oh,
6 is
no.
Banchan.
And Rona and Banchan.
Heading-
Banchan is rolled up asleep with this halfling,
Mhm.
very pleased. But the rest of you, aside from Rona, start to see the wind cycling before you, and you immediately realize that this is not normal. In fact, it's like the air is moving on its own, and it is. And everyone must roll for initiative.
Let's go! Air battle.
Air.
oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I didn't select a token because the one doesn't exist for me.
Oh yeah,
I
pull out your
got-
tokens,
I got a 4.
and
Do,
yeah, you'll be about where where these hippogriffs are.
Oh.
do I have anything for mounted? Let me just look.
um,
I want to say I read something about. I don't know. I think maybe it was just that spell. Let me just look it up real quick.
So, are we in a
Define
storm, or are we just in air influenced by air elementals?
it is
Oh, it's a feat.
Oh god.
Orc.
You are in. You were in the air.
That's so,
So far-
frustrating.
Nothing has happened yet. You're low enough. I'm going to say that because they are smart enough to do this, the monks kind of get you closer to the ground. So you're about and the air elementals follow you. And all right, let's see who's not in the initiative order.
It's
Oh wait a minute! It's
you
not
can
me.
you can change my 20 to a 4. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why that hurts. Got it.
It's not a 2, so there's that.
Good job.
Only
Oh,
just.
but I didn't have my token selected, so I fail.
12.
You're all monsters.
And I love
Hey,
Bonchan's picture.
I didn't know we were
I got
producing
mine up
tokens. I thought
first.
we were being the griffins.
You're a griffin.
You know, maybe I'll make griffins. We'll see. Oh shit! I have to
Alright.
find some animals to make.
I don't know why.
So
it's
how
taking-
high up are we? Are we like couple miles in the sky? Or
I'm going to say that you guys are probably like the monks saw these guys, these air elementals coming with you. They lower the beasts so that to try to escape them, and the elementals pursue you. So you guys are about like 10 feet off the ground, we'll say. 'Cause I
above
don't-
water, right?
above land, hard land.
Oh, we are near land. Okay.
Yeah, you aren't on the water. That would be.
That's not what I wanted.
Um,
Hmm.
I don't want to mess it up too much, so you can treat it like land combat, because, yeah, it may be easier.
We'll see
no,
about
no
that.
moving in 3-dimensional space. Oh.
You can do it.
I was definitely gonna be like, fog cloud, dive above, everybody go up. I can't. No, well down, but Anyways, continue.
All right. Okay, and I got to roll for these motherfuckers.
Oh, can you add me to the initiative order? I failed so hard. That's the one thing Roll20 is missing, huh? It's like the 3D. Like you can't put something higher. Elevate
Yeah. I guess we could have, but
I don't know what you mean.
Like you can't like turn the board on its side so things are 3D.
Oh,
and raised
3D.
up.
I was like, why are you rolling 3D what? 3D 4s? 3D 8s?
3D 4s.
Okay.
all right. Even though it says hippogriff, those are the monks.
Okay.
Okay. So as soon as these air elementals come by, or as soon as they spot them with you, I imagine someone cried out. They look like they're air elementals. The monks say, "You four take one. We'll get the rest."
Wow, that's kind.
Everybody has
Sweet.
the temporary hit points, right? That you got from my inspiring leader feat.
Oh yeah.
You talked
The
to
seven.
us this morning.
Yes, she
yes.
would have.
Cool. Yeah, I have 7
Yay.
extra H pizzles.
Yes.
I
Sterling
figured
always wakes up excitedly waiting for the speech.
What is it gonna be today?
All right.
I think I've asked this question before, but does that apply to Bonchan also? The 7 temporary HP or no?
Yeah, because she can choose up to 6 creatures.
Okay,
So unless
okay,
she doesn't want it to.
Cool.
You don't feel inspired, Bonchan. Bad Bonchan.
No.
You peed on my bedroll. Bad Bonchan.
I think Halik
no.
is less potty trained than Bancha.
That's
Probably
amazing.
true.
Okay. So these air elementals, they are flying, and they are they engage with the monks. These two, and this one is going to go straight towards you.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Actually, this one is going to go straight towards the monks too, because they are leading the pack. All right, and they engage. All right, and you watch as two of the monks, one of the monks barely out of the way, glides out of the way, and is lands his hippogriff, and pulls out these two quarterstaff, while the other two get hits, like big slams. One of the monks is knocked off of the creature onto the ground. You watch as wind is knocked out of him, and the last one. Oh wait, no, yeah, and the next one is dodged. Okay, so it is Thorley's turn.
So, is our character token a hippogriff each?
Yeah, you're basically. I'm going to say that you are on a hippogriff. So just imagine you are on a hippogriff.
Okay, cool. I just want to
Yeah,
make sure.
the other ones I just am using for the monks because I didn't feel like grabbing monk tokens.
Yep, that's fine. I just want to make sure that I wasn't riding this one that was attacked.
No.
What's a hippogriff speed?
Let's see.
Question.
Oh, it's got to be a lot. It's got to be 40, right?
A hippogriff speed is
Thoroughly's gonna enjoy being fast while he can.
60 feet.
Oh, it's
Flying.
Damn.
Flying at 60, on the ground is 40.
Okay, so I can
regardless. So,
Get
so
there.
we're 15 or 20 feet above the ground, give or take.
I can
Yeah, about
get
15.
about there, so I'm just gonna fly mad this way. Then I'm still within 120 feet, so I'm gonna actually cast a guiding bolt at 3rd level
Nice. Okay.
on the one that would be closest to Rona.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's the one we're focusing down, boys. Follow the guiding bolt.
19 hit.
Let me see.
If it doesn't, I'll eat my shoe.
Yeah, it does.
So say 19's decent. 3rd level.
All right.
That's
So-
21 points of damage. I rolled great on the first 4.
You watch as this holy light flies from Dorili's hands and goes straight through this one, and some of the air that has become the cyclone starts to dissipate, and it before reforming. All right.
The next attack against that one has advantage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. That's pretty
All right.
awesome.
It is the monk's turn. Each of them is fully prepared. They have these glimmering staffs that all have like carved into the wood dragon heads, and you watch as they each attack. This one is going to fly this way. This one is going to fly 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, definitely makes it. All right, and you watch as almost like coordinated, all of the monks just start wailing on the earth, the air elementals. Oh, natural 20.
Oh shit! They
While
all
she's
surrounded them.
rolling, should
I just
I?
rolled like the best I've ever rolled.
Yay, monks!
Except for one of them made
Ever.
it. All but one of them made it.
Oh,
Go
man.
ahead while I start rolling damage.
While she's rolling, I will free action ask the party, lots of small things or a couple big things?
Looks like a couple big things from here.
No, I mean, what should I make?
Bigger is better.
Bigger is
Bigger's
better,
always
got
better.
it.
All right. Oh my god, I have so many D4s. Oh wait, no, that's not D4s. Okay. Okay. You watch it as in within moments. These two just are less strong than what they seem. They're starting to kind of phase in and out and having a hard time continuing to cyclone. But you've also never seen anything like this, so you have no idea whether that has been extremely effective or not. But they did good. All right, hey, like.
Okay. So let's see. I have 60 feet. 1, 2, 3. I think I can get here. I'm gonna get here, and then Banchan is coming over here.
Oh yeah. So I'll let you control the monk that the hippogriff is with the Banchan. He can't attack.
Oh,
from where he
I
is.
figured he's on. Okay. Got you. So yeah, I'm going to swing my great club.
Okay.
And it has advantage too, right? Because to really cast something on it.
Oh,
He
and
he gave himself flanking too, so yep.
Either way, yeah. Submit advantage. Oh, 11.
You watch as your great club starts to go, but maybe it's like being on the hippogriff. Maybe it's just like too much in your head, but it does not even make contact with it. It just kind of whips back, and you kind of struggle to hold on to the great club.
Okay.
Casting spells is easier.
I'm gonna. Bonchan's gonna bite.
Oh my god.
Critical hit.
First time out in the field, new Banchan goes to bite and go ahead.
Air.
Yeah, bite the air. Go ahead and roll
Mhm.
damage. I don't know if does Banchan's bite count as magical damage?
I think at a certain
I
level
don't
it
think
does.
so.
I
Oh, no, he
don't know
crit
if it
though.
does
Okay.
yet.
All right. So, you watching though the bite looks fierce. The creature only takes like seems to shrug off part of that damage. It's not as strong
Okay.
of a weapon as it seemed to have been.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say he gets advantage, but he crit anyway, so that's fine. Even
Yeah.
though he crits, he's
Even
still
though
only
he
taking-
crits.
Oh man, okay.
All right. It is Rona's turn.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was going to try and do a magic spell,
Okay.
but I don't think I think if I do it, I'm gonna hurt all those other people. Because, all right, I can't make it small. I don't think, because it says
What did
I wanted
which
to do
spell?
moonbeam.
Oh, I think that's
Let me see. Why can't?
I thought it was
There.
just 5 foot.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 5-foot radius. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yes. Okay. So can I target that one that Helix next to? And I won't hit him, right? It's just the little creature.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to target that one. And
right.
it is a it makes a Constitution saving throw. Oh no! On its first turn, it says when a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain and must make a Constitution saving throw. So it waits until it comes up. Is that how it works?
Let's see. Well, it takes 2d10 at that moment on a failed save.
Yep.
And then every time you hold it on them, I think it's another. Wait, no, it's not that. Yeah, on each of your turns after you cast a spell, you can use an action to move it. A shape changer makes it. So I believe that as long as you hold it, it should continue to take the damage. Yeah. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain.
Yeah. So it has to start its turn there. So on its turn, it'll do that.
So it gets it initially, and then on the start of its turn.
Oh. Okay. So it has to make a Constitution saving throw against my spell DC.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it has to beat 13.
Okay.
Roll poorly.
But it does take half damage.
Okay.
Okay. So failed it.
Yeah. So I
go
roll
ahead
2d10?
and and make sure you mark off your
If I roll it from my spell thing, it'll do it automatically, right?
Should.
I believe.
Let's test it out.
Yeah.
Roll
12.
and let me see if it did it. Did it mark it off? Yes, it did.
Yeah. All right. So you. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, and I also wanted to cast as a bonus action ensnaring strike on my javelin for my next turn.
Okay. So you watch as Rona just so beautifully begins to speak and move her hands. Maybe it's the fact that she was empowered by her children, her niece and nephew, or the flower crown she wears like a teenager at Coachella. But the moonbeam comes in a huge like beam from the sky, and the air elemental struggles to continue to keep its form, though it looks mad. If an air elemental could look mad. And it is Zag's turn.
All right, Christine, do you want me to be really mean or really nice?
It is up to you.
All right, I'm gonna be really mean and ignore Thrilly's advice and summon 8 giant owls.
All right.
I'll roll initiative for them. It should be.
Do you want to just use yours?
If they can attack on this turn, hell yeah.
Okay, I will let you do that because it could get real confusing.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna have 8 eight giant spider. Sorry, 8 giant owls. It says it's C. Yeah, spiders everywhere. No,
Oh.
they are CR 1/4.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I have the right info. And they will be attacking. You know, I'm gonna go above 2 above and below each of the elementals.
Okay.
That'll make for 6. Sorry, 1 above each, and 1 above and below each elemental, and then I'll do 1 right here, right in that space.
Okay.
And then I'll do 1 right here. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm drawing it too. It looks really cool how I'm drawing it.
Oh, nice. All right, and they get a Talon attack, which is 1d20 plus 3.
All right.
So I'm gonna roll 8 of those, and you can decide where they go because I don't want to make this any more complicated than it needs to be.
Okay. We will say that it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 1 and 2 are here, 3 and 4 are here.
Cool. We'll go sequentially left to right.
Yeah, and then the rest are right there. Okay. And they all. Do you get to? Is this your attack?
Yeah, this is my action.
Okay.
Completely my
All right.
action.
The
Yeah.
second one Okay, 2 makes it. All right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
Only
17, 13, 14 might make it.
Only the 17 made it.
Cool, perfect. So that is number 2. So they get 1 attack in on that elemental.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Talon damage is 2d6 plus 1.
Oh wow, 2d6.
That's what it shows here. I'm gonna double check that, but for now it's 9 damage, non-magical. They are fey creatures technically, but I'm assuming it's non-magical.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it be magical since it's summoned from
a magic spell.
From a magic spell. Yeah. Bonchard's different because it's like a physical animal. But okay. Yeah, you watch as the others are kind of caught up with the gust of wind and also being newly created and contemplating existence. But one is out and ready wise as the Tootsie Pop Owl and just goes and claws at the bottom of where the cyclone is forming. And you watch as it goes like, whoa! Which cannot be described with words.
Just only actions.
Yeah.
I'll heat up some rocks as my bonus action, but it's not necessary really. Yeah.
All right. And it is the air elemental's turns. Distracted briefly by from the monks because of these owls are all going to swat at. Well, one is going to. I mean, they can only reach one, so you get to choose which ones die here.
Sure, yeah. Either above or below. We'll hit the below ones first.
Okay. So the first one is going to do this. 23?
23 hits.
All right. The second one does another. Ooh,
24 hits. They're both still alive. Their average HP is 19, so.
Oh, wow. They're strong.
Yeah, they're real strong.
Oh. Okay, and then the last one is going to make a whirlwind. So the one closest to you guys. Let me see. So everyone has to make a strength saving throw. I'm going to just let you guys use it and assume if your hippogriffs make it or not. If
so
you make it.
What does in the elemental's space mean?
I mean, it seems like if you're near it.
Well, how big
air
are
elementals
the air
can
elementals
go...
supposed to be?
They are large, and the hippogriffs are large. So.
Yeah, I mean, just within 5 feet, I'll take it. I'll roll 4 strength saving throws.
All right.
That's me and Bonchan.
Yay! Okay. And
1 owl, 2 owl, 3 owl, 4 owl.
They all make it.
They all make it. And what is Zag's?
I'm not within. Wait, which one is it?
Oh wait.
I'm not near it. I don't think.
Oh, you aren't near it, so you're fine. Okay. So, Rona, you were just knocked back 20 feet. I was not thinking, and there's nothing for you to run into. So, it's trying to get you through, but you do take yeah, I still get to damage.
Oh man.
Oh no! Oh no! Where are all my D8s? You're not a D8. You are.
All your D8s. This sounds pretty heavy.
There's
Oh, I
three
just-
of them.
Oh no.
Everything else takes half, apparently.
So you take 13 bludgeoning damage just from the wind forcing like just pushing you back. And it looks like if you make it, you don't take any damage.
I think don't we take
Oh wait,
half?
Half
You only
damage.
take
It's half damage. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
you're not
me
flung
and
away.
Bonchan take.
You each take 6. I said 13. Yeah, 6.
Okay, 6.
Yeah, and the owls take
6 as well.
6.
So they're at 13 health apiece on that side, and I'm keeping track of them on my notebook.
Good. Okay. So, wow, you guys are really gonna survive this attack. So really, your turn.
Whee! Guiding bolt at second level on the same one. I'm still within
Oh,
120 feet, 90 feet away.
Why did I make it so big?
Guiding bolt range OP.
Oh no.
I'm guessing
Okay.
a 12 misses.
It does. So the guiding bolt, though, maybe, yeah, it's a really just is like wee, and just lazily cast the spell, and though it starts to go, it ends up just hitting like one of Zag's owl like on the tail.
Just like the puff of like feathers.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did you want to do anything else in your turn?
Nope.
All right. And it is the hippogriff's turn. Oh, hippogriffs, the monks. Okay. So, ooh, there's another one. All right, so those two make it. Again, they all make an attack, and it looks like they are like just, almost trained like soldiers. And you watch as this one, some are missing it, some are not like really making contact with the air as it swirls around. But you watch as this one just starts to try and collect its form again, but instead dissipates and is gone.
Wow.
Before
Monks
your
too
eyes.
strong.
Yeah.
This is actually, I
this-
think, the most people in combat we've ever had.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Easily.
We have a
I
small
think the
army.
most we've ever seen.
Yeah, like what was I really fucking thinking? I don't know.
You were thinking you were awesome.
That's all right. We're trying to flex our muscles. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's D&D. What can you do? So this one is like starting to kind of wig out. Like it's much more furious. Like the air is starting to just whip around even more violently, but it doesn't look like it's doing very well. And it is Halik's turn.
Okay, so I think Halik doesn't know what to do other than strike. Oh no, Halik is going to cast Hunter's Mark on the one. This one, obviously.
Okay.
And I can't attack. Is Hunter's Mark a bonus action? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so all right, I am going to Halleck is going to again. Great club.
All right.
As opposed to just a good club. The great club.
This is the greatest club.
It's D&D. It's a great club.
Advantage. 24.
All right, this time Halleck is ready, and as you move to strike, it hits the wind and roll damage.
Six.
Okay.
Plus,
Hunter's Mark.
which is a D6 or a 6?
I think it's a D6.
Yeah. Okay.
Laura Bailey would know.
No, she wouldn't. She always forgets.
I
Anthony
never use.
All right, go ahead and roll your D6.
We need a chalkboard to write Hunter's Mark across from him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
So that's
So
11 is what I rolled, but
Is Hunter's Mark
so-
damage counted as magical?
I don't think so.
the D6 must be right. That's from a spell.
All right, I'll
The
look it
attack
up.
is-
We're
Itself,
whipping
I
out the
can see.
PHB, baby!
Always have that PHB ready. Hunter's Mark. All it says is you do an extra one d6 damage to the target whenever you hit
If
it
it
with
just
a
says
weapon attack.
damage, then I'll say non-magical, personally, just because it says damage.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Extra damage is like the same as your weapon damage.
That was my thought, because
Right.
if you hit it with a cold attack or something like that, it would count as cold damage. Yeah.
But as you strike it, you watch as it makes an impact, and it's starting to look a lot more like the one next to it.
Yeah, Bonchan's
and-
getting real good with his jaws.
Yeah, Bonchan is ferocious.
2 natural 20s.
I know.
He stole all of Rona's dice.
He really did.
He did pee on your bedroll. He
Wait,
did.
how did he
No.
get 22 damage?
Wait, what?
Wait, whoa, that cannot be right.
It rolled a d20
Yes!
plus a 1 strength mod.
1d20 plus 5.
Easy stuff.
Wait a minute.
That must
I
be
didn't-
wrong.
I did not put that in there.
How did that change from the last time?
I think it must have been an accident. I think I did that.
No,
Well,
last time it
Last
rolled a
time it
D20
also rolled a
as well.
d20, but we didn't
That's
question
hysterical.
It should
Well, it
be
was a smaller amount.
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, that makes more sense. Let me just do
it.
that.
So it means 4d4 plus 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
26 damage on a bite. Bonchan
Bonchan's
is the boss.
ferocious.
Bonchan is OP.
Nice,
Damn.
Bonchan.
Okay. So still, like, his bite is as ferocious as his bark, and his jaws meet the air, and it's like a dog biting the wind in the car, but this
Yeah.
time it's actually
That's such a good analogy.
but it's actually making contact, and you watch as the air elementals starts to continue to have trouble getting it back together. And all right, it is Rona's turn.
So I'm sorry, real quick. It was 2d4 plus 2. I for some reason I have 1d20 plus strength plus 4 in here.
That must be wrong.
I'm gonna say no. It's 2d4 plus 2, yeah.
Oh man.
It's 1d20 GM. Can I somehow get that jaw structure?
Yeah, right.
No.
Oh man.
All right, it is Rona's turn.
Yay! Okay, so I'm going to. So as it's starting its turn, does it get that damage again? It has to do another Constitution saving throw.
No, it doesn't need to do. I don't think it needs to do another Constitution saving throw. It just gets that. Oh, it should have just gotten that damage. So let me roll that.
It does a con save every
Okay.
time.
Let's see.
What did you
Otherwise,
use
that's
on
a-
him? Rona?
That's a little rough if you fail it right off the bat.
That's true.
What did you? What was this attack? I missed
Ooh.
it. Oh, get wrecked, I guess.
Oh, damn.
All right, so roll your damage.
So, does that count as another spell slot, or are you just...
No.
Okay.
No, it's concentration, so you're okay.
14, please.
Oh,
Okay. This moonbeam is beginning to just rip this creature, just like has trouble holding onto it.
I'm
All
actually
right.
gonna say that one of the owls gets hit because they're directly above it. So one of the two of the owls are gone.
All right, wait. Let me just look at moonbeam because I believe it's just.
Just a
Just
single
5 feet
5 foot
radius?
space, or is it a vertical
Yeah.
beam?
No,
I'm not sure if it's a
vertical.
Oh yeah, it's a
Okay.
40-foot high cylinder.
So yeah.
Center
Oh
of
yeah,
force.
those
Yeah.
2 owls are gone.
I'm
I'm just gonna rule it
Yeah.
because I just don't.
They
feel like
wouldn't be
rolling.
able to fly into it. Like, you had them... Did you have them fly into it? They wouldn't have...
They would have been above, and I had 2 each above and below each of the elementals.
going to say that they
Oh.
probably were out of the way because you conjured them after Rona made that moonbeam.
That's what I was
So-
going to say.
Okay,
Like
yeah, I
this.
definitely would
Above
not.
and below like this, not
Yeah.
That's
like
fair,
that.
yeah,
They'd
okay,
be
cool.
Skewed.
And I have movement, so I'm going to move forward into this guy's space.
Okay. You're encroaching his space.
So I still have my attack action, right? Like, that continuous spell doesn't impinge on my action, right?
It should say
That
whether
is a
you
bonus
incur it as a
action.
bonus. Yeah.
So yes, you still have your attack. Oh no, it's one action and it's concentration.
Yeah, it's an action to cast it the first time, but I think it's just continuous after that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, you still have your attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack it with shoot. Does it look like hail the piercing damage is affecting it, right? Like,
Yes.
Does it look like it's taking... Okay, so I'm gonna
It's
hit
not
it.
as much as you thought.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it with my well, shit, because I kind of want to hit it with ensnaring strike. No. All right, I'm just gonna do it with my battle axe.
All right.
Okay, so battle axe coming at you. I'm gonna try to slash it, even though it doesn't look too steady. I mean, it's kind of hard to hit.
Yeah. It whips through. Okay. As you try to make contact with this form, it actually doesn't quite pierce the wind. And yeah, you watch as it kind of sticks its little windy tongue out at you, like.
Oh no, not the windy tongue. The sassy.
It's all white, like clouds.
Oh no.
And it's Zach's turn.
Yeah. So I didn't even roll with advantage last time, but I'm gonna have 4 each attack with advantage. So I'm gonna roll 16 attacks with my beautiful baby owls, giant
my
baby
God.
owls.
Damn.
You're ruining our lives.
This is. I mean, I asked whether it'd be nice or mean, and you said it was your choice. Owl 1, owl 1, owl
Nope,
2,
nope,
owl 2.
nope. Yep.
So
Two,
that's the
yes.
one on the left side.
Okay.
Just if somebody could keep track of that for me, please.
I'm keeping track. Yeah.
Owl 3,
ahead.
owl
Yep.
3. So that
Oh, wait.
one hit there. That's one hit there.
That's both of them are at both of them were d20s.
Yeah,
So,
those
like,
were.
yeah.
That was
Oh,
just one
man.
owl though. That was with advantage
Yeah.
for one owl.
All right, go ahead.
Owl
4.
4, owl 4, owl 5, owl 5, owl 6, owl 6, owl 7, owl 7, owl 8, owl 8.
Okay, so 4 hits and 8 hits.
As well
So
as
two-
2 for the
two-
right elemental, 2 for the left elemental. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And then one's a
one of
crit on
them
the
is
left
crit.
elemental. Okay.
Yep.
And this is dash roll.
Okay, why
What?
doesn't Keyleth use this more often?
Probably because
Hey,
like
Because
gets
Matt
lost.
Mercer is like, no, I will make you sleep on the couch.
no.
So this is for owl number 1.
All right.
Owl number 3, or owl number 4.
Okay.
Owl number 8. And this will be owl number 2 with the crit. Owl number 2.
Oh, okay. All right. Wait. So, what was
17 damage to the left and 23 damage to the right.
Correct.
Okay.
Ironically, the crit did a lot less damage.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
And then I get to do stuff. And I'm gonna
All right.
toss a. I'm
Wait,
just
them
gonna,
attacking isn't a action anymore?
they act on their own after they're summoned.
Oh,
I'm just
So,
gonna do a produce flame and yeah, go ahead. Describe to
Oh,
me.
you do watch as like the second as this one on the left, as the owls are like clawing at it, just like maybe it's like both of them trying to get it at the same time, but it just loses its form, and you're just surrounded by cloud again.
Poof,
And the
poof,
monks all
poof.
give you like a nod. Zag, you still have your flames.
I'm just gonna throw a produce flame at it.
Okay.
18,
All right, that hits.
12 fire damage.
How do you want to do that?
I did something!
Yay!
I want to ask for my turn if I can move half my movement, toss a guiding bolt, and then just keep going.
So the 2 owls streak through the elemental's form. Actually, all 4 streak through it, but only 2 actually deal damage. And then a fire bolt just comes into the center of it, and the heat disperses the air into a puff of cloud.
All right. And the monks all come over to you and give you a little pat on the back and say, let's land for a couple minutes, catch our breath.
Zag is just beaming because he actually did something during combat for once.
That's awesome.
Really, it's just doing like loops.
oh my god, that's awesome.
I will heal whoever is hurt. I have good berries for the monk who got knocked down. Rona, you're so big. Is
I'm
that
making
wait,
you all big.
Bonchan? Wait, what? What's
I don't
happening?
know why I was doing that. I don't know. All right. So,
Yeah, I'll heal Rona.
Thanks.
yeah, you guys took a little bit of damage.
I'm tossing.
Second level. 13.
Who
Hey,
did
that's
you heal?
exactly the amount. Oh no, it heals me over because it's my 10 hit points. But yay, I'm all filled up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm tossing good berries out to the monks. However many they need, just let me know.
They take them. They look pretty like, but after like a good like, they suggested you all take a rest and you watch as some of them go meditate.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
it's almost like some of their wounds like begin to heal themselves just by like sitting still. And Anisam just says like, you guys did good.
You aight.
The beast appreciates you. You didn't have to jump in there, so thank you.
It was my pleasure.
And he's like asks you about like the owls and like druid magic. He's very interested.
Yeah,
in
I'm
it.
very open to explaining, especially since they helped teach me meditation and whatnot.
And he nods. It's like, very interesting. Yeah. And after like about an hour's rest, like this probably happened midday. They, feed the hippogriffs, give them some water and a chance to catch their breath, and then they say, "Mount up. Let's get going. We're making good time."
Onwards and
Alright.
upwards.
Yeah. So the day goes on, and oh, thanks, Anthony. I'm sorry.
Just saying.
He sent me an article that said magic. It's magic. Anyway, Hunter's Mark is magic.
Oh no.
Oh, nice. That's still good.
From-
Just for future reference, you can decide what you want, but Jeremy Crawford says.
Jeremy Crawford.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
man.
the dude who makes up the rules.
All right. Okay.
I'm sorry, you make up the rules. Excuse me.
No, it's okay.
Well
I
said.
get it.
No, that's a
You're
smart
right.
play
No,
there.
You're right.
It's true. You do.
And here ends our story.
Yeah.
And here ends the story of Anthony and Christine.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Hunter's
I was
Mark
thinking
isn't magical.
Haluk is arguing back, and all of a sudden, an ancient dragon shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Suddenly, Rayshawn shows. No.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers. So yeah, and you take off in the air. They, as you're going, just the sky is clear. You run into like maybe an eagle passes by, kind of. You're able to dodge out of the way, and each of you gets a little more comfortable on your mounts. As the sun begins to set, you make camp again at the night for the night, and the monks get a little closer to you, Thoroughly, as the fire begins to burn.
That's super creepy. Just the way it was.
They all stand.
Get a little bit closer to you, Thoroughly.
Yeah,
As
they
the
all
fire begins to burn.
as the fire begins to burn. You're probably down by the field of the dead. That doesn't sound like a safe place. You're not very far from the area. You really pretty much passed over the high moor, and you're maybe like, I think that's like a 2 days walk from Greenest, but like not very far from Greenest. You're in like right by the wood of sharp teeth now.
Doesn't sound too safe either.
Is there a place by here called like the Wood of Friendly Cuddles or something?
Yeah, right.
That sounds like a great place.
Yeah, all of them sound terrifying. The march of-
Sunset Mountain sounds a hell of a lot
The
nicer.
Forest of Worms, the Reaching Woods. I don't know what the Reaching Woods is, but
Yeah. But you know, they manage between the 400 of you traveling, you find safe area. One of the monks like throws up one of the special mansions and
Ooh.
allows you guys to go in. He's the one that's been singing songs of Leosin.
oh,
And around the table, it's still like a very like as you go in, you're expecting something like extravagant, but it is basically like one large room, one table.
with cots or whatever. Yeah, like
Oh my god.
Like it's really, really simple, and there's like the soup is like the radish stew that was there.
Dude, you need to get out more.
He just shrugs. He's like, this is the ideal life for me, not physical things, but the company of my brothers.
this
Sisters.
is metaphysical things, just for the record.
He shrugs. Good point. Now, tomorrow we'll be in Greenest. We were planning on maybe getting a little closer and then walking you two there. We have a bit of business with Leosin, and you're free. You will be free from us once we go to Greenest.
I'll ask them real quickly. Did Leosin make it this far south, or are you just following his instructions?
We believe he's in Greenest.
Oh, so he had his own hippogriff. Interesting. Well, he hit it very well.
He has many ways to travel. Leosin is very powerful.
Ah, interesting, I'll say.
He has many friends in different places, and he has something in common with Sister Garel.
Note to self, don't cross Leosin.
I thought that's what we did with everyone.
Except for Haley.
Well,
Except for
At least
Haley.
not right away. We'll wait till we're more powerful.
They kind of look disturbed, like, with your comments. Like, why would you ever cross Leosin? He's friendly. He means no harm. He's trying to protect the people of Greenest.
These are jokes. We tell jokes sometimes.
It was more of a note to be more careful with our actions in anything involving Leosin, that we don't accidentally cross him.
And they nod, saying, Leosin can be trusted. He will never do you harm unless you do harm to him or harm to innocent people.
That is the concern.
No, we're kind of in the business of helping people.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should clarify. I mean, any of our incidental actions, as in maybe moving a dragon closer to civilization, for instance. You can never know what might happen when you're a level 3. I mean, weaker.
That was an accident, clearly.
Nisim, like, chuckles and says, you've met your first dragon, and you survived to tell the tale. I think a couple mistakes can happen, but as long as no one lost their lives...
We all glance nervously at Dandy.
Oh my god.
He says, now that was that mage asshole. That wasn't a dragon.
Well, he was a betrayer.
Yeah, he made me really cold, and then I died. He was a betrayer.
Exactly. He killed you, so I think we get a pass on that.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Nisim is just very confused. I have no idea what you mean, but I hope we never do anything to offend you. We don't want to hurt you in any way.
Well, don't kill our friends and we'll be square, right?
Pretty much how we deal with things.
We don't kill humanoids or beasts.
Excellent.
Well, unless we have to, right?
Well, the monks in our order have sworn duty to protect the people from dragons.
Right.
I'll turn to Haley and say, there are other ways to subdue beasts other than killing them. It's not as common because it's more difficult, but these monks seem skilled enough to do such things.
Fair enough. Okay.
Well, dragons aren't really beasts.
Oh, I think they kill the dragons.
Yeah.
Now, thoroughly, will we be welcomed in Greenest as a member of your party?
8 members of a large party.
Rona just kind of looks at...
So when we go to Greenest, we'd be welcome as you're from there. A member of your party.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Zag will glance to the ground and start staring at the ground very hard.
Like a little... Great. Well, of course, we will not be in these clothes. They tend to upset people. Be in our commoners' clothes to not look like we are coming to murder everyone, as has been suggested by others.
Zag will scoff at this. Or like a grunt, like a nose exhale, as one does.
So,
Strong nose exhale.
you're talking about us, right? Like, other people didn't see you and think that you were killers, or...
It's just weird.
Our cloth is what some people call weird.
So, you go to different towns and people think you're killers, or...
Just that we're there to take over or something, but you aren't.
Do you look like somebody else, or maybe they're getting that impression because you look
Do you
severe?
think?
Well, to be honest with you, there are a couple of different peoples that wear very similar outfits that weren't very nice, and they worshipped a dragon and had to push them away.
Oh.
We only killed one of them initially, but then the dragon killed the rest.
Yeah, the rest aren't on us.
All right. Well, I think you mean the Cult of the Dragon. We are well aware of them, and see, ours are blue or are dark blue, and they were purple. So
It's common.
Yeah,
I
oh,
can
that's the
understand the common
difference.
misconception. I was very concerned when I first saw your robes, but
Maybe consider yellow.
Yes, yeah.
Or maybe go with like, I don't know, a nice 3-piece suit or something. Maybe we can ditch the whole cloak thing. It's a little too mysterious.
we wear tunic. They're like tunics. They're
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Here,
Alright.
let me pull up a picture for you all.
I try to ease the tension by pulling out my thing of fire water and asking Nisim if he wants.
Oh, those are
if he would
sick
like them.
tunics. Those monks look dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are awesome.
Yeah, so they don't look like. I mean, you may think that because it is like a pretty.
But they're not wearing giant dragon masks, so that's a plus.
Yeah, and the only time you've seen like anything associated with dragons is when they pulled out their staffs. Like they don't really have anything else with dragons on it.
Cool.
They just have little wings and stuff.
So
Alright.
Zag will toss the expiring good berries at the monks and say, "Eat up. They're about to expire," and then go to bed.
And I do want to offer my fire water to Nisim, even though I'm pretty well aware he's gonna decline.
He says, "I thank you for sharing. However, we cannot partake of something like this."
When you say cannot, well, what do you mean exactly?
Well, some of us have come from very harsh pasts and left a life of alcohol behind.
Oh, okay. I was gonna pressure you a little more, but I'm catching your meaning. Sorry, I'm a little dense.
You're the least dense half orc we've met. We've met many half orcs.
Okay, well, yeah. All right, well, good night.
All right. Yeah, and they're all like, unless you want to say anything else to them, they're all like studying or meditating or singing. Anything?
If they're
Do they
singing,
seem-
then I'm staying up.
Do they seem to want to offer up more about their order?
I mean, if you want to ask some questions, they'll certainly answer them. They're not like trying to hide anything, but they don't really like, they're not like Jehovah's Witnesses knocking door to door and being like, "Have you heard the good word?"
Okay.
They're doing some pretty sweet moves and like they're like training and stuff, but they're not.
I'll basically ask the best way to combat dragons, I guess.
Oh,
So our
That's
characters
good
know more than me.
yeah, they kind of describe like the best thing to do is stand far apart from each other, try to surround the dragon. They give you like a brief description of each color of dragon and their, just so that you guys can have this info and you don't have to pretend like you don't know.
Yeah.
Like a brief description of each dragon color and their like breath weapon.
Oh, that's a good thing to know.
Yeah, so like green poison, blue lightning. They do tell you a little bit that that Leosin has been tracking dragon attacks, and he thinks that the next town to hit is Greenest, which is why.
Why? What makes him think that? This is
Small village.
Okay.
We think the cult of dragon is up to something, and Leosin is very talented and with dragons, and he just knew.
Interesting.
Some-
Is
He's
there
been, like-
anything that we should look out for when we get to Greenest? What is our initial directive when we land in Greenest? As far as
You-
dragons go.
I don't mean to be rude, Halek, but I believe Thorilli was told to listen to Leosin, and he will guide.
Right. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know if maybe we could get a jump on things, you know.
Yeah, but you know, so far nothing seems out of the ordinary, and
Okay.
I guess we'll be waiting. Leosin's already there waiting if anything happens. But if there is an attack of the cult of dragon, you'll see how swiftly and how deadly they truly are.
Hmm.
Well, I don't think I'd like to take on a dragon at the moment. So I'll just try to get there.
Don't worry, it's not just the dragon, it's the cult as well. And the cult is in full force.
More comfortable
Have-
dealing in cults than dragons, however,
Yeah.
neither is pleasant.
Are the cult proliferating in this area? Are they taking over towns, or?
I don't know. I mean, we think they have been pilfering small villages that are, that don't have much protection. And he names a few cities that have been hit, a few villages that are an awful lot like Phandalin. Like, not many people, robbed, hundreds killed.
Damn, hundreds. Phandalin has like 40.
Yeah, like yeah, and other places like,
Definitely
where they're
bigger, yeah,
bigger.
bigger villages. So it's a
Yeah.
large scale cult, basically.
hmm and like describes like some villages being completely wiped out. And he looks very earnest when he's saying this. He's very serious, and just kind of his eyes drop to the ground at one point when he begins describing the devastation that they've seen, and how sorry he is that they haven't gotten to be there in time to help the people.
Well, a caravan like that isn't easy to hide. Do we know where they're headed?
They're swift, and they seem to come from all directions, and hopefully we can, Neeson doesn't know much, but he just tells what he knows.
Well, we'll have to keep a lookout. Is there any place nearby that we can help, or the attack's over?
We'll just go to Greenest, and I think that we'll see what happens there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get an early night's sleep, and maybe we can be off early tomorrow. Good night, y'all. And then she's gonna go
All right.
to bed.
I stay up a little bit and I sing songs with them because I hear they're singing songs.
He doesn't know the words.
Like,
He just sings.
tone
Yeah.
deaf, half orc.
Yeah, I'm real bad at singing. Yeah.
I'll
Like,
stay
how
up
does
Can I?
also.
Wait,
yeah.
actually, I don't know how good I am at singing.
Oh,
Performance
performance.
check.
Roll a performance check.
This is probably Halex's first performance check.
I mean, you used to probably singing. Oh yeah, definitely first performance check, but you're probably used to singing. Oh my god.
Oh,
It's a
man.
7.
I mean, he kind of gets some of the words, and every once in a while the note is the same as what the monk is
God.
singing.
Just by coincidence, though.
Yeah.
But he's like begins to like kind of know the story of Leosin and like this epic blue dragon that he slayed, but at the same time it's like, and the blue dragon cast lightning fire, and like it's
I feel like whenever the word dragon comes up, he says dragon, but every other line is like, ha
Yeah.
a dragon! Ha a dragon!
Bonchan is like putting his paws over his
oh.
ears.
Yeah, and the best part is there aren't even like rooms. There's just like beds. Like this is simple place.
Oh man.
That's probably my cue to go to bed.
Yeah, Zag
When
will try and find Thrilly outside earshot of pretty much everybody else. If that's possible. If not, he'll just go to
They're like minding their own business. You can, yeah, you
You
can
can go outside.
try.
yeah, whatever you want to do.
Let's go outside.
So I'll step outside with Thrilly.
All right. Oh, and they brought the hippogriffs in, I guess. So they're like all in the
Oh,
mansion.
they're all
Mowing down on
bedded
that
down
sweet, sweet
Do they
soup.
look like horses?
like hippogriffs.
No, they don't look
Oh.
like horses right now.
I should have done that last night then.
What?
I was gonna ride a horse around up in the air.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make them look like horses tomorrow, so you still can.
Before you land, yeah, just be like, make it into a horse before you land, please. So as we walk outside, I'm gonna
Wanted
turn
to
it.
talk.
I'm gonna talk to Thrilly and say, when we get to Greenest or Greenest, how can we best help you?
I don't know how they will react. They may not even recognize me. It's been a long time.
Are we going the route of disguise, or are we approaching with open dialogue and trying to explain your true role in what happened?
We don't think we advertise who I am, and we see what happens.
Middle road, understood. I just wanted to make sure I knew where we stood before entering town.
And if I can find whoever did that, all the better.
Zach will nod solemnly, pat him on the shoulder, and head back inside.
Thurley will stay out for a bit, but he'll head back in before he goes to sleep.
All right. Okay, let's take a quick break.
Gotta go check on my doggy.
Oh. All right. Yeah. I'll be back.
Okay.
I don't know if you need to refresh Erica, but I don't have you. You're
I
just
don't
an
have you
icon.
either.
Just an icon.
Yeah, you're just an icon now.
I don't want to be an icon. Hang on, let me refresh. I was refreshing like a crazy person earlier.
Video is active. My audio is active. Your audio is active.
Yay! Hello.
Okay.
Welcome back. Okay. So the night passes again.
Before we go to sleep,
Yeah.
on my way back in, I want to go by Rona.
Okay.
And I hand her the scroll of Revivify
Mm,
and 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Good call. Good call. I like it.
Why are you giving this to me?
Just in case.
In
And
case of-
I don't need the scroll.
All right. Well, I'll take it, but I don't like the idea that you're giving it to me to like what, say goodbye?
No, not goodbye, just in case something happens. And I'm not around.
Well, we're all there to make sure nothing happens, and we're all in it together. So,
Well, I don't need the scroll, so it's better to have it on someone else.
I will take the scroll, but is this all our money?
No,
All right.
I have enough diamonds to cast it as well.
So 300 gold worth of diamonds and
And
a
a scroll of
re-
Reviv. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And then I go to sleep.
We didn't feed the cat. Okay. So the night passes with no incident. As we wake, you see again some of the monks meditating. The others, like one is whittling like a staff, another staff, and the last is preparing a simple breakfast for everyone. Quiet, like no one's really talking. Do you guys like to do anything? We can keep going.
This is the
No,
morning
just-
before we take off.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I'm just
Prep
gonna.
4, 3. I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll just be practicing with my javelin.
All right.
I went and found some small game, and I'm cooking that over the fire they built.
Yeah, I guess
For everybody.
if we have downtime, I'll be trying to cast magic stone on larger objects, basically.
All right. It's not like really attuning yet, but
yeah, no, I
you
wouldn't
feel
expect
like
it to.
you're onto something. The monks kind of at one point, after everyone's finished, and they have no servants in this mansion too. They just they just clean
Classic
up after
monks.
themselves, and they, and they're like, let's fly close, and then when we're about an hour's walk away, we can 2 hours walk. We can walk. If everyone's okay with that, and we will leave you at the village so we can go find Leosin, and really when Leosin's ready for you, he will find his way to you.
While we walk, I give them a rousing speech of how great we're gonna do once we get there. This is gonna be no big deal. We've got this. We've got this handled, and you guys get 7 hit points.
At this
If
point,
you
I don't
desire-
remove it until somebody tells me to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I needed the 7 because I lost them yesterday. So. All right.
Yeah, I guess
Alright.
I really didn't need to cast it at 2nd level. I forgot that you had that.
Mhm.
All right. So, you get to fly around on a horse a little bit thoroughly,
Yes.
and then the monks actually look up at you and kind of enjoy the whimsy for a moment. Then they each like turn the hippogriffs into, except for yours, really, it already looks like a horse. I put like feed bags over their little mouths, and you walk closer. And thoroughly, you remember this area. All of a sudden, it's just very familiar. You know, you haven't been home in decades, or back in Greenest, not really home in decades. And you see that the landscape has changed very little. And as you guys get closer, you do notice it is definitely a dwarf town. There's the buildings are smaller, and yeah, you're about 10 minutes from the beginning of, you can just see the entrance of the main road. Let me get you there. A new map.
Oh god, the change of scenery is so good.
Yes. Oh my god.
Sensory overload.
We were on the same map for like 4 weeks, I think.
Longer, wasn't it like? Oh no, we
It was
did
like
fight a
Phandalin
dragon.
battle map,
Yeah.
cave, which is technically a
Phandalin.
battle map. Phandalin, yeah.
Yeah. So you're in Greenest, and you see it's like it's like a very big, large, like farming community. It's quiet. Rona, you might even feel a bit of twinge of heartache because it kind of reminds you of the farms back home. There are mines close by. You see as you're walking in, a couple dwarves with pickaxes, heading outside of town, pass your way. They don't take a second look at you thoroughly. But as you get closer, like just kind of even like the smell of the town like hits your senses. And let's see, you guys are probably coming from over here. The monks say, we're off to find Leosin. We'll catch. It was a great ride. And if you ever need the Order of the Winged Beast, you have friends.
I will
We
thank them
appreciate it.
and bow deeply, and especially thank the one who helped me meditate.
Yeah.
Yes, and I will say thank you to the one who helped me with the javelin, and thank you to them for their.
They smile and laugh at the formality, not even understanding.
Well, they seem pretty uptight.
I thought they would
Yeah.
like that, yeah, but yeah.
And you watch as they guide the horses away from you. One of them looks back and winks.
The hardest break from their stature we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. All right. What would you guys like to do now that you're in town?
We'll just
I
form up
I
behind
would
Thrilly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lead
Yeah.
him to the inn.
All right. You start to head towards where you think there might be an inn, though you grew up here. You never had to go to an inn. And you are kind of wandering around the streets. You think you see a couple familiar faces, but you're not quite sure, and no one's really stopping. But as you get closer, you do see that there's like a black ribbon tied, like black roses on the doors and stuff, and you see just still elements of a mourning town. Though it has been a long time, this was so very devastating for them. And you make your way to the let me just see what I name this place. The Ashhelm Inn. And you enter, and it's laid out similar to the Stonehill Inn. Just a simple common room with a couple seats, a bar, and a red-headed woman behind the bar. There is a gentleman who's also a dwarf with gray hair and simple clothing, kind of snoozing away at the counter when you enter.
I go up to him and in Dwarvish say, "Excuse me, sir."
Oh, sorry, my lady. How can I help you?
I'm in need of some rooms for me and my companion.
I'll be standing slightly in front of Thrilly, just in case.
Okay. We don't get a lot of visitors along this way. We only have 3 rooms, but available. But it's 5 silver a night per room.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll do the 3 rooms then, and pass him the 15 silver.
He hands the keys over to you and takes silver. How long are you staying with this?
Well, we'll have to see. We're waiting on a friend. So if he comes in looking for us, his name's Leosin. Maybe you can let us if you see him. Could we also? Is there a dinner service here, or?
Yeah, order whatever you want from Aina over there.
All right, great. Thanks so much. And I'm gonna go back to them. There are only 3 rooms. Sorry. Looks like some of us will be bunking up, and I give out the 2 keys. Hey, look, are you staying outside or?
Yeah, I'm happy to make camp outside.
So yeah, we have a pleasant. Yeah, you could stay by the Staples.
I love it there.
Dandy, you're with me, and then you and Zach. I give them a key.
Well, we have 3 rooms, so the 2. Yeah, we have.
I had Halik in my mind. Them the 2 keys, and then takes.
Yeah, you can have your own room. Either me or Thrilly can have my own room, and then Danny can shack up with one of us.
Whatever.
It literally doesn't matter. It literally could
really
matter. It could matter less.
We all find a place to sleep.
Truth.
Is it nighttime actually, or is it midday kind of thing?
It's probably like afternoonish.
Cool.
Yeah,
so we have lodging for the night, but we don't need to be there right now.
Yeah.
Christine, would I remember where the cemetery is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Oh yeah, let me know what you're doing right now.
I'll be back in a bit, guys, and I'm gonna actually cast Blessing of the Trickster on myself and try to stealth towards the cemetery.
I'm going to try and follow.
Okay. As you are leaving, this very drunk, very redheaded, messy beard. There's like some dreads in there. He's very unkempt. Puts his hand in front of the door and says, "Thor really Stormbeard."
Oh shit.
Thoroughly, you recognize this dwarf.
Okay.
His name is Escabert Castellan, and he was a schoolmate of yours. Always like kind of the kid that ate glue, like not very popular, kind of nerdy. Maybe not even nerdy, but just like a little bit weird. Pretty weird. And he's very drunk, and he says, I never thought you'd come back."
As soon as he starts to say my name,
I cast Charm Person.
that's
very
precisely
quiet.
what I was about to do.
I will cast it first. I want to cast it first.
All right. Roll a perception check, Zag.
All right, yeah. Let me find my character.
Can I roll one too? Because I want to back thoroughly up
Oh, it's a charm
I don't know
off.
about this guy.
22 perception.
All right, so you do hear him say that, but you also, oh yeah, you do not, Anne.
Well, that was I clicked on Bonchons. That was
Okay,
bad.
right.
I really did. I promise.
So yeah, spell DC is 16.
All right.
That's 17.
Roll for
You're not
him.
trying to beat my wisdom save.
How much is it?
It's a 16.
16. Okay, he does not make it, and he looks at you with hard eyes immediately.
So yeah, basically what I'm gonna do is I'll give a meaningful look to Thorilli, and then I'll be like, "My friend, I've been looking for someone in this town with good taste for so long," and I will sit him down at a table and start drinking with him.
All right. Let me look at this spell.
You got an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until
I
shit
know
goes
you
down
have
and this guy punches me in the face so hard.
I watch Zach.
This is middle of the day and he's drunk, correct?
Correct.
That was my thought. Was like, oh, he might have
Okay.
thought this elf weird guy hallucinated it.
And he is currently being charmed by Zag. That is currently
I'm
going
gonna
on.
sit down with Zeg. Let's go up to our room with our new friend here.
So I'm gonna see what I didn't see this other thing happen, but I clearly see you guys sitting down with this person and mafia style trying to take him upstairs, right?
Yeah, and there are two other people in the inn. You
Okay.
hear a woman's voice say, "Hey, what are you doing?" That's a whole accent.
No, you're fine.
So my thought
Having
here
a
was
Few
to
drinks.
yeah, I think we sit
Don't
at the
do that to
table.
my brother.
Oh, my brother. Okay.
Thoroughly, you recognize this as his kid sister, who was like has big red hair and like crooked teeth, but now she's like older.
Has she shown any hint of recognition of me?
I mean, she's just started yelling at you.
What is she saying that we did to him? Are is it just us taking him upstairs, or
She saw you
make some weird
doing
hand
something
motions? Yeah,
and-
okay,
and
that's
say
fine.
something. And she's like, "What are you doing with my brother? He's let him be."
So I'll hip check
What's his
thoroughly out of the way, and I'll say, my lady, I'm so sorry. I'm new in town, and I'm just looking for a friend, and he looks like he knows the town better than most."
You might be new, but he is not. And she looks at thoroughly. Up to a room now. I mean you no harm, but do not be tricking my brother into things. He's had a hard enough life.
Does she want me to end the charm person? Because I will if she wants me to. That's.
I mean, she's just asking you to, but it's up to you. Come on.
I'm gonna put my arm around Esquert's shoulder and whisper in his ear that he is not to mention my name anymore.
We're all going up to the room with
Yeah.
these two in tow. That is okay with me.
Where's Ant? Is he still here?
Are you
Yeah.
still here? Okay.
Yeah.
He's just blacked
Okay,
out on my
damn right.
screen.
He just disappeared on me.
Yeah, he's blacked out on my screen as well.
And
There we go.
she says,
Okay,
all right.
I'm
Everyone,
okay with that.
everyone get up. And
I
he's-
follow them.
is a sad soul. Don't touch him. Why do you guys go around picking on sad people? Don't really. I remember you.
I'm standing at the door.
And she's up,
And-
like she's in the room.
I will physically throw her in the room if she doesn't go in.
No,
I think
they're-
she's in
you
it.
guys
Yeah, I
are
think she's
all
in it,
in the
yeah.
room. She
Okay.
shuts the door and says, "I don't know why you came back, to be honest. But this is going to raise suspicion. You're lucky that I caught you."
He came back because he's an innocent man.
Okay.
Whatever
I'm
happened to
gonna
believe
look
him?
at Escobert. You're not gonna mention that you saw me, are you?
I'll end charm person at this point, just so he can be in his own mind.
He says, "What the fuck do you guys think you're doing?" Oh!
I will apologize profusely and offer him a good, and I will cast lesser restoration on him to make him feel better and be more sober. If he allows me to touch him, it's up to him whether
He
that.
knocks you away and
Cool.
just,
So I don't
We
cast
weren't-
it.
so really, you and my brother were friends. Why would he tell on you? He did not want to see you hurt. He never said where he went. Why would you think that we mean harm to you?
Never said where he went. Where'd he go?
I said he never said where you went. He never told
Why
on
would
you.
he?
He said that he's been claiming your innocence for the last 50 years.
Hmm.
And you come back and the first thing you do is cast spells on him?
That was me, and I apologize. I was quite nervous as to what people recognizing my friend here would do.
How does he
What?
know where I went? And at this point, I'm casting Zone of Truth on the room.
All
Cool.
right.
Yes.
No one has to roll anything, right?
No, we all have to roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we all-
Charisma saving
Alright.
throw.
Is it charisma? That's
Charisma.
awesome. Because I'm bad at that.
Oh boy.
All right.
Spell save is 15.
Hey, I'm super truthful, guys. So Zach is just apologizing profusely. I'm so sorry. I really did not want to do that, but it seemed appropriate at the time. Like,
she rolls her eyes, and you see Escobar just saying, "I really need some whiskey. I really just need some whiskey. Someone give me something strong." I
so I'll be
can't
like, I'm
sit
so
here with
sorry.
these
I'll go get you
people."
some right now, and he'll actually go do that and get some real quick.
She just looks.
So, do I know if they both made it or not?
Her expression has not changed a bit. But really, we trust you. We don't think you did it. You're not a bad person. We've known you since you were little.
Well, can you blame me for wanting to be cautious and not knowing who to trust?
I don't know, because you didn't even let him speak.
Well, that was me, and I offer him and her ale. I bought 2, if she wants it. Ale or whiskey, sorry, whiskey.
She holds her hands up.
That's
I'm not
weird.
weak.
Where was I that you claim I was not?
What? What? I just knew you weren't. You couldn't have killed her.
But your sister here says you knew I was there. How did you know I was there?
I mean, she said that you knew. I saw you flee. Told everyone I didn't see you go anywhere.
Do you have any idea who did it?
No, no one does. When you left, it just everything stopped. He burps. He takes another swing. You ran.
Well, I kind of had to. They had their minds set on who was to be blamed. Would I have had any theories about who did this? Because obviously they had enough pull to be blaming me.
You probably have some theories. I mean, you've probably been thinking about this for 50 years.
Yeah.
No.
So out of whoever I've got theories on, I want to ask him if any of them are still around.
I mean, not many people leave this town. Not many have left since you left. Most of them are here.
Very well.
Are the black flowers outside for the girl that died or something recently?
It's for her. Yeah, when a rich girl dies, everyone pays attention. No
For
one
50
gets
years?
over. 50 years, I know.
That's a long time. So what happened?
Well, no one knows for sure. They didn't give us many details, but it seems like this one over here was seen lurking around her room one night, and the next night she was dead and he was blamed. We don't. She was killed in her bed.
Where's her
And
house?
it's a big one over there.
Well,
Her
it's-
dad is the town master, if you will, the lord of this area. And it was tragic, don't get me wrong, but tragedies happen every day.
Just for our edification, the one in the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
This right here, this is the keep.
Oh, wow, in the keep. Okay, I thought it was, yeah, awesome.
But look at him, he's not smart enough to get past all those guards. No offense, though, really, but I saw your grades in school.
I think let's just start practicing not using his name. What do you think about that
Agreed.
plan?
The only friends he has here are here in the Ash Helm. I
Well-
trust
What was
The-
that? Say that again.
the only friends he has are the friends in the Ash Helm, this inn.
Right.
Everyone else is out for blood. You're lucky you stumbled upon our inn.
Well, it seems like the easiest way to prove your innocence would be to find the person who did it.
Agreed.
Escobar
I'd like to have a nice
offers you
long talk.
a drink, thoroughly.
Oh yeah, I pound it back.
Ronan also takes a sip from her cask, shakes her head.
And I didn't go into detail, but it was a pretty, like, it's safe to assume it was pretty gruesome of a murder, and it was weird. It was also, like, weird and unlike anything that had happened in this city, in this village before. It was probably, like, it was very violent, and, like, you know, nothing has happened like that since, and nothing had happened before like this.
Are we talking, I'll ask the room this, are we talking patterns in bloodshed, or are we talking just a lot of it?
It was like she was ripped apart. Limb from
animal?
limb.
Oh.
There's no natural beast that sneaks into homes and does that. And I'll lean back.
Well, is he married, the Lord?
Yes.
He's married.
She was
Do they-
the only daughter.
No
She's
other
very-
children.
No other children. She was very kind and sweet. She was a nice person, a very nice person. We all went to school. Right though, really?
Well, if he couldn't get past the guards, how did you get near a room?
He was escorted.
Whom?
It's not my place to say.
All right.
All right. Well, you can't go around with that face, though, really. Unless you want them to throw you into jail immediately.
At this, I sort of raise my eyes at Dandy.
We've been practicing that.
And though, really, you should know, your mother and father have been paying the price on your behalf.
Ooh.
And that is where we will end it for tonight.
Ah!
Oh
Ah! That's so frustrating. I want to
Oh,
know
no.
more.
no! They're Ellie's parents.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
Okay,
Good
but we didn't-
session, everyone. Thank you for hopping in this beautiful, beautiful stream and or playback. Anything you would like to say, Christine?
I hope everyone enjoyed tonight, and we will catch you Wednesday tomorrow with Thoroughly DMing Star Wars, and we have Sunday. We have another homebrew, and I cannot wait to pick up the storyline because it's fun.
Thank you everybody for watching. Everybody say bye.
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 Bye.